When your avoidant partner suddenly goes cold, most people either chase harder or shut down completely. But secure people? They do something totally different that actually makes the avoidant want to come back. You've probably been there. One day, everything feels perfect. You're connecting, laughing, maybe even talking about the future. Then boom, radio silence. They stop texting back as much. Those deep conversations turn into one-word answers. It's like watching someone you care about disappear right in front of you. And you have no idea what you did wrong. And I'll show you exactly why this happens and the one response that actually makes them want to come back. But first, you need to understand the two deadly mistakes everyone else makes. Let me paint you a picture. Lisa has been dating Jack for 3 months. Things are going great, maybe too great for Jack's comfort. Last week, they spent the entire weekend together. They cooked breakfast, binge-watched shows, and Jack even opened up about his family issues. For most people, this would feel amazing. For Jack's avoidant brain, this intimacy triggers every alarm bell he has. So what does he do? He starts creating distance. He stops initiating texts. When Lisa suggests hanging out, he's suddenly really busy with work. He's not trying to hurt her. He's trying to protect himself from what feels like losing his independence. This is where most people mess up, big time. They either go into panic mode and start chasing, or they get hurt and pull away themselves. Both reactions actually make things worse. But there's a third option that most people never even consider, and I'll reveal exactly what that looks like in just a moment. First, let me show you why the two common responses are actually pushing your avoidant partner further away. When anxiously attached people feel someone pulling away, their instinct is to chase. They send longer texts, trying to reconnect. They suggest more dates. They might even have the talk about where the relationship is going. But here's the thing about avoidance. The more you chase, the faster they run. It's like trying to catch a cat by running after it. The chase itself becomes the problem. In their mind, your pursuit confirms their worst fear, that you want to consume their independence. Dr. Sue Johnson's research on attachment styles shows that this chase-withdraw cycle is one of the most toxic patterns in relationships. The chaser gets more desperate, the withdrawer gets more distant, and everybody loses. On the flip side, some people respond to avoidant behavior by shutting down themselves. They think, fine, if you want space, I'll give you all the space in the world. They stop reaching out entirely, hoping the avoidant will notice and come back. This might feel like the mature response, but it's actually just another form of game playing. You're essentially saying, I'll show you how it feels to be ignored. The problem is, avoidants are experts at being alone. Your silence doesn't make them miss you. It confirms that relationships are unreliable, and that they were right to protect themselves. But here's where it gets interesting. There's actually a psychological reason why both chasing and shutting down trigger the same response in avoidance. And once you understand this, the secure person's approach, which is the third response, will make perfect sense. Keep watching, because I'm about to show you the exact words and actions that make avoidants actually want to get closer. Here's where secure people are completely different. They don't chase, and they don't shut down. They do something that seems almost too simple to work, but it's incredibly powerful. They stay consistent. When an avoidant partner starts pulling away, a secure person notices it without making it about themselves. They don't spiral into thoughts like, what did I do wrong? Or, they must not really like me. Instead, they think something like, they seem to be having a hard time with closeness right now. But here's the thing. This isn't just about staying calm. There's actually a specific way secure people communicate during these moments that triggers something powerful in the avoidance brain. I'll show you the exact phrases they use later in this video. But first, you need to see this approach in action. Let me show you exactly what this looks like. Remember Lisa and Jack? Here's how a secure person would handle Jack's pullback. Instead of sending paragraph-long texts asking what's wrong, Lisa sends her usual good morning text. When Jack responds with just morning instead of his usual longer messages, she doesn't escalate. She responds normally and goes about her day. When Jack says he's too busy to hang out this weekend, instead of arguing or getting hurt, she says something like, "No worries, I'll catch up with my friends instead. Let me know when your schedule opens up." This response works wonders because it does three things at once. It doesn't punish the avoidant for needing space. It doesn't abandon your own needs and chase them. It shows that you're secure enough to handle their attachment style without losing yourself. But wait, there's more to this than just being consistent. The real secret is in the mindset shift that secure people make. This changes everything about how they respond. And I'm going to break down the exact thought process coming up. Plus, I'll give you the specific strategies and even the exact words to use. But first, you need to understand the psychology behind why this works so well. Avoidants pull away because intimacy feels suffocating. But when you respond to their pullback with calm consistency, you're actually proving that intimacy with you is safe. You're showing them that getting close to you doesn't mean losing themselves. Psychologist Dr. Stan Tatkin calls this being a secure functioning partner. You become a safe harbor, instead of a storm they need to escape from. When avoidants realize that you won't punish them for needing space, and you won't disappear when they do, something incredible happens. They start to relax. And this is where the magic really begins. Because once an avoidant starts to relax with you, their entire behavior pattern shifts. But there are specific things you need to do to maintain this, and some deadly mistakes you must avoid. I'm going to give you the complete roadmap in just a moment. The biggest difference between secure people and everyone else is their mindset. Instead of taking the avoidance behavior personally, they understand it's about the avoidance relationship with intimacy, not about their worth as a partner. A secure person thinks, "This person I care about is struggling with closeness right now. I can give them space while still being available when they're ready." An anxiously attached person thinks, "They're pulling away because I'm not good enough. I need to try harder to win them back." A fearful avoidant thinks, "They're pulling away, which proves relationships always end badly. I should protect myself by pulling away first." See the difference? The secure person doesn't make it about themselves. They see the behavior for what it is, a defense mechanism, not a rejection. Now here's what you've been waiting for. I'm about to give you the exact step-by-step strategies that secure people use. These aren't just general tips. These are specific actions and phrases that work like magic with avoidant partners. But I also need to warn you about 3 critical mistakes that can sabotage this entire approach, even if you do everything else right. Here are the practical strategies for responding like a secure person. Stay consistent with communication. Keep texting at your normal frequency. Don't increase it to chase them. Don't decrease it to punish them. If you usually text once a day, keep doing that. Your consistency becomes their anchor. Don't take the bait for drama. Avoidants sometimes unconsciously create conflict to justify their need for space. They might pick fights or become critical. Secure people don't engage with this drama. They address real issues when things are calm, but they don't get pulled into manufactured conflict. Maintain your own life. This is huge. Keep hanging out with friends. Keep pursuing your hobbies. Show through your actions that you have a full, rich life outside of them. This actually makes you more attractive to avoidants, because it proves you won't try to make them your whole world. Use calm, clear communication. When you do need to address the distance, do it without drama. Something like, "I've noticed you seem to need more space lately. That's okay with me. I just want you to know I'm here when you're ready to connect again." When you consistently respond to an avoidance pullback with security instead of anxiety, you start rewiring their brain. Over time, they begin to associate intimacy with safety instead of suffocation. This doesn't happen overnight. Avoidant attachment styles are usually formed in childhood, and they take time to heal. But your secure response plants seeds of trust that can grow into genuine emotional availability. Research from Dr. Philip Shaver shows that people can actually develop more secure attachment over time when they're in relationships with secure partners. Your calm, consistent response doesn't just help in the moment. It can actually help them become more secure overall. But here's something crucial that most people miss. There are times when even the most secure approach isn't enough, and you need to know how to recognize these situations. I'll tell you exactly when that is and what to do about it. But first, let me give you the most common mistakes that can destroy all your progress. Even when you understand the secure approach, it's easy to slip into old patterns. Here are the biggest mistakes to watch out for. Don't make ultimatums. Saying things like, "Either you commit or I'm done," will send an avoidant running for the hills. Don't analyze their behavior out loud. Comments like, "I think you're pulling away because you're scared of intimacy," might be true, but they'll just make the avoidant feel criticized and misunderstood. Don't reward bad behavior. Being secure doesn't mean being a doormat. If someone is consistently disrespectful or hurtful, that's different from avoidant behavior and needs to be addressed directly. Sometimes, even the most secure response isn't enough to make a relationship work. If someone's avoidant attachment is so severe that they can't maintain any consistent connection, you might need to make some hard choices about your own well-being. The secure approach works best with avoidants who are somewhat self-aware and willing to work on themselves. If someone is completely closed off and unwilling to acknowledge their patterns, being secure might not be enough to save the relationship. Here's the beautiful thing about responding securely to avoidant behavior. When you stop chasing, when you stop making their need for space about your worth, when you stay calm and consistent, you create the exact conditions that allow avoidance to come back naturally. The avoidant who once felt like they were drowning in intimacy starts to see that love doesn't have to mean losing themselves. And that changes everything. But here's what's even more beautiful about the secure response. It's the right choice, regardless of what your avoidant partner decides to do. If they come back, you've created a foundation for real intimacy. If they don't, you've maintained your dignity and self-respect while staying true to your values. The secure approach isn't about guaranteeing a specific outcome. It's about being the kind of person you're proud to be, whether you end up together or apart. When you respond from security instead of fear, you win either way. If you're dealing with an avoidant partner right now, I know this feels impossibly hard. Every instinct tells you to either chase or run. But the secure response,